Hey guys, what is going on? This is Reaper Fear bringing you a Godfather 2 gameplay, part 12. And before I get into it, I'd just like to say leave a like, rating, and subscribe if you want to see more. I do put out content pretty much every day. So without further ado, let's get into my topic right here. And my topic today, it might not go on for the whole period, is gun control. And it's been huge in the United States recently. And I believe most of the viewers I have anyway are in the United States. And gun control has been plaguing the news for the past 3-4 years, I would say. And every time that it seems to calm down a little, something bad happens. Something just negative, just like the Sandy Hook shooting, or the Fort Hood shooting, or something like that. Just something bad happens and completely sets it back on the fast track to Congress and all that good stuff. Watch me pull out a stick of dynamite. Order my guys over there so I can throw some dynamite. But anyways, Sandy Hook was 2012, I believe, late 2012. So I think it was like September or something. So it's almost been a year. September, November. October or so. But, so it's been a while, and the whole topic of gun control is still flying around the nation because of the standard response to gun control. And there are two sides, and some people say yes, some people say no. And I don't know what to believe anymore, okay? I'll say it right now. I do not know what should happen in this country as in terms of gun control. I do not believe that America is as free as it once was. I believe that we have lost a lot of our freedom in the past few years. Probably since 9/11, our freedom has dropped a lot in relationship to fear. And there's not much we could do about that, so it's hard. But anyways, gun control. The gun control, in quick terms, is they're looking to restrict assault weapons and make it harder to get weapons, to get any kind of weapon. Sorry. Any kind of weapon, and make it harder to get ammunition. And that is exactly as what happened since Obama took office in 2008. It has been the price of ammunition has gone through the roof, and gun control has been called into question many times. So it's really hard to look at this whole thing and be positive about it, because it is looking like there is gun control going on right now. And what I mean by gun control is that they want to restrict our ability to purchase ammunition, firearms in quantities of, like, big quantities and things like that, and even small quantities. But small quantities, it's a lot easier. And anyways, the Sandy Hook shooting really was a big reason why I started to change my mind about gun control. And before, I had been like, yes, control guns, control guns, control guns. And some of you might be a little confused. It's like, wait, shouldn't that be before he'd be like, no, don't control guns, and then after you should say control guns? No, I don't believe that. In the Sandy Hook shooting, there was so much gross abuse of misreporting that it was so hard to get the facts from the truth, or facts from fiction, that it was damn near impossible. Okay, it was almost impossible. Now that we are in the future, it is a lot easier. People say that the Sandy Hook shooter used a shotgun, that the assault weapon was kept in the trunk of his car, locked. That is true. That is not true. Sorry, that is the reverse of what happened. He had the assault weapon. The shotgun was locked in his trunk. So, sorry, I have a noisy cat. He's been a bad cat, so he has to stay in my room. Hi, cat. But anyways, He used a 30-round magazine, and I think he emptied 2 mags, and then killed himself. He killed 26 people in all, and it was one of the worst school shootings since, it's been the worst school shooting since Columbine and Virginia Tech and all those ones. And what was so hard about it for people, and why gun control became such a large issue, was because all these people that died were mainly kids. And so it was really hard to be like, oh yeah, we should keep the things that can kill the kids. But it wasn't something that we were able to do, really, because gun control doesn't work. What gun control does is it takes the guns away from the people, the law-abiding citizens, who apply for their permits and try to get the guns. They they purchase their own weapons, purchase their own ammunition, and that's how it works. Okay? What it doesn't affect is the people who obtain their guns illegally. Rather, they buy them from a gun show, which isn't illegal, but it doesn't require any forms to be filled out. You just need to to show a gun license, but not if the gun was made before, I think, 1870. And everyone's like, oh, 1870, it's, whatever, those guns were useless. The Henry rifle is still incredibly deadly, and was still lever action, and so is the Colt revolver, okay? You can still kill people really efficiently with those guns. Anyways, it was definitely a tough time on the nation, Sandy Hook was, and people were scared. It was the big question of, will this happen again? And the immediate response of, now we should make it harder to own guns. And the right response is to look not at the nation, but to look at the person who committed the crime. And Adam Lanza, I think that was his name, was almost, I think he was classified as criminally insane. I'm not entirely sure. It was really hard to tell. It was obvious that he was disturbed, and it's impossible to know his motive, why he needed to kill all these children. But he did, and now it's a full retaliation. And what they want to do is they want to ban assault weapons. And what an assault weapon is it's not an assault rifle, it's an assault weapon. And an assault weapon is a semi-automatic rifle that has capabilities of holding more than 10 rounds, I think, in a magazine. And so what they want to do is they want to limit magazines to 10 bullets, and so they're still semi-automatic, of course, but it's basically that. They want to limit how many bullets these guns can carry. And my biggest problem with gun control in this country is the people that are advocating for gun control don't even really know how guns work. There was a woman I read about who thought that the bullets couldn't be like the bullets you just put in the gun and then you fired them, and she had no idea what a clip or a magazine was. And it was, just watching it, and that was one for gun control. It was really hard to watch because it was like the bullets go in the magazine and then they get either through a gas suppression or just a cycling system. They get fired out of the gun at certain rounds per minute, and they get shuffled around and pulled up into the barrel and all that good stuff. But anyways, it was hard to watch, and it was really eye-opening of who should be advocating for gun control. And what really changed my mind about gun control was the fact that it was so difficult to watch this, and just the people should know what they're talking about first. That was my biggest issue. Okay, it was the fact that they had no idea what was going on, and that they had no idea what they were talking about, and they didn't know what to say, and all they wanted was for the guns to go away. Okay, they wanted full control over the guns, and we were affected actually locally here in Maine. In Bangor, Maine, they were looking to but to publish the list of registered owners of concealed weapons. Okay, and so what's the point of a concealed weapon if your name is in a paper and it tells your name, it shows your name as having a concealed weapon? There is no point anymore, and it's just like a giant. It's basically handing out lists to people who need guns for illegal activities, saying, here, go steal these people's guns, because they probably won't carry them anymore. So, yeah. So, but that wasn't published, thankfully. It was not published, and the gun control fight still goes on here today. It's been really interesting to watch over the past few months, anyways, on the fact of people arguing for Sandy Hook, to say that that shouldn't be the only reason why they lose all of their guns. But anyways, it was. I mean, there is certainly a huge right side and a huge left side in this case, and it's really easy to see. I mean, Stephen Colbert did a great bit on Bob Davis, who was a radio show host for some radio station down south, and he made a very inappropriate comment or several very inappropriate comments, saying that basically that the families of the Sandy Hook children were puppets for the American government to try to promote gun control. And while I wouldn't say that in exactly those words, it was certainly a time that the people could take advantage of. It was certainly a time where those people could certainly easily be taken advantage of. And you can't argue with the parents and families of murdered children. You just can't. You look like an ass. And so, while I don't agree with how he approached it, I do believe that we were the people who supported gun control, or supported the free arms, that they were backed into a corner. They really were. And I'll just put my feelings out there right now. I don't believe in gun control. I do believe in heavy gun, like, there's certain like tests that you have to do before you're able to purchase or carry a weapon, and I think that would help significantly. And what I mean by that is, like, certain tests that, like, shows, like, an aptitude for a gun, like, that you know how to reload it and you know how to clean it and all that stuff, so there's no misfirings or anything like that. And I think everyone should, I mean, they do take their gun courses, but I think the gun courses should be increased in length to, like, a 2-day class or something like that. And it's something that the U.S. government would have to grit their teeth and do, because I think it should be government hosted. And sure, they have I think the businesses should be run by the government, but they hire just the regular people to do it. And I think that a background check is a great idea before you are able to purchase a weapon, but also a what do you call it? A psychological exam, like a short one, half hour. Just sit down and talk with someone for a half hour, professional for a half hour, and just pay your money, and this allows you to purchase a weapon. And I think that would tremendously help cut down on the amount of gun crime, due to the fact that it would make it, I mean, I should say a full day. I think it should be a full day course. Not many people have 2 days to spare. A full day course, a psychological briefing, I guess, examination, like a really short examination, and definitely background checks, more thorough background checks probably, and definitely some birth certificates and proof of ID and all that good stuff. So anyways, it's really hard to talk about gun control because I try not to be biased about it, but since I'm really stuck right in the middle due to what I've been saying, and it's really hard not to be, because I believe that while it's our constitutional right to bear arms, okay? It says that, the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. But people are against these assault weapons. But my biggest fear about these assault weapons, if assault weapons get banned, is that the Constitution also says that we have the right to... This is why I'm against gun control. This is my number one reason why I'm against gun control. Our nation, okay? Our nation is corrupt. Our government is corrupt. We no longer have the ability to overthrow a corrupt government. It is not within our power as American citizens anymore. It would be classified under the purview of terrorism. And terrorism would stay, and terrorists, we would die. So we would have to combat them by force. And we can't, because they hold the automatic weapons. They would have all of our weapons only be able to hold a 10 to 15 round magazine, and we wouldn't have access to... We don't play at a fair level with the government, okay? We are able to purchase tanks, and we can purchase tanks and jets if we wanted to, okay? You can purchase those. You can purchase war jets, war tanks, all that sort of stuff. The problem is that no one person can afford it unless you're really, really rich. And the reason that is because your average tank runs about $2 to $3 million, maybe more, and your average jet runs maybe 25 million, something along those lines. It is goddamn expensive. So when you take it all into account, we would be fighting a government that has a very large standing army and very advanced weaponry and very advanced vehicles and tanks and all that sort of good stuff. And we'd be fighting with 15-round magazines and pistols and grenades, possibly. Grenades aren't illegal to own. Explosives aren't illegal to own. We would be fighting basically a scrapper's war. We'd be searching for all the ammunition, and I just could run in this room and get absolutely blasted with shit. That was so bad. But, anyways, we would be fighting a war that there would be no winning, because it would be against a government that already does not play fair. Now, I believe in Britain's system more than our system, because in Britain you can go buy a used tank for $30,000, okay? 30 grand for a used tank. So, work hard, save up money, and you can buy yourself a shiny tank in Britain. So, that's why I'm against gun control, because if they're able to decrease our magazine size and make our guns non-adjustable to help combat the crazies who try to attack anyways, they aren't trying to control guns, they're trying to control us, and soon we won't be able to combat that at all. So it's a do or die situation here. I mean, and the easiest thing to say is the first thing Hitler did was take all the guns out of Germany, and then he started exterminating everyone. Alrighty guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more, and this is Reaper Fear saying peace out for now.